Warning, proceed with caution. The thoughts and views these individuals have or speak on are for entertainment only. The hosts of this podcast are from the streets and for the streets. Please consume responsibly.
Pope Francis experienced 2 episodes of acute respiratory failure on Monday. That was today.
Do you remember they had to teach us how to wash our hands during COVID?
I thought you were going to say when we were like 10 years old.
No, during COVID, they had to like reteach people how to wash their hands. Mm-hmm. Like, that's insane.
Get better while Pope Francis.
I went to the gym the other day and a lady walked out and she didn't wash her hands. And I just thought to myself, like, should I chase her and tell her? Like, that's how I know I've become a Karen, because I want to tell people things. Like, a mí que me importa, pero si me importa. How are you going to be at the gym without washing your hands?
I mean, you have a point, but don't be a Karen, please.
Yesterday, I was at the Getty Museum, and everyone's standing there looking at the art, and literally there was this lady. Por eso no nos quieren, ¿eh? This lady speaking Spanish. No, pues sí que feliz cumpleaños. Que la 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 la. I'm not kidding. I passed by her, and I looked at her. I kept walking, and I thought for a second, why did you look at her like that, Melissa? Second, I wanted to tell her, can you go outside? There's a whole ass garden for you to talk. Why are you having this loud ass conversation in here as we're, I'm a Karen.
You hear what? What were you looking at?
I'm a Karen. Okay, so there's these books that were made in, I think it was 1275. I don't know. I have the here, but there were these books that people made back in the day, literally wrote on them. It was about a porcupine and grapes and how it got the grapes to feed its children. It's just a story. I think it was...
the porcupine and the grape story. American classic.
The good old porcupine and grapes.
Is that a story? Is that a...
No, I don't know.
I think it was French. Medieval times.
Oui, oui.
Anyway... The point is these are old books. These are things that have been kept throughout the years, okay? They're behind glass. It is for you to look, to be like, marvelous, how beautiful.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you be quiet? I cannot see.
But it's still like,
Do you lower your music when you park?
Sí, es que hay que enfocarse. Am I
That
tripping?
explains it.
Is a museum a place? And actually, here's the thing. This isn't just about the museum. There's also the people who are in line at the grocery store on the phone.
That's different. That's a social area.
Having a whole ass conversation. And then you get there and you're like, because I've seen it, right? The guy's like 75.50. Sí, es que este la, blah, blah, blah,
multitasking.
And
What's
you're
wrong with
paying
that?
and the guy's just like, and everyone's listening to your conversation.
Okay.
Nosies. I'm more mad at the people chiming in or being chismosos. Let her live.
Did you see how I look? I have my fucking Ray-Bans on and I'm talking.
And now I'm grabbing this grocery list.
So talking on the phone in public.
Where else are you supposed to talk?
I don't know.
In the museum, does it say like, please be quiet or be courteous?
Isn't it a given?
No.
Like library, I get it. But museum, I mean...
Museums are loud. They're rambunctious. Yeah, if it doesn't say, please keep it down. Go all out.
I don't know. I feel like it's just an etiquette thing. Like, it doesn't say no running.
By this statement, I know that Melissa gets mad at babies for crying.
No. No.
At a restaurant or on an airplane,
No.
Melissa's like that.
That's inaccurate. I actually, if anything, I want to go give the mom a hand because I get it. They're babies. They're little humans. You can't control them. Sometimes they need something or they don't like the noise or I totally get that. Do you forget I have 3 kids?
That are loud and fart and go crazy.
Yeah, but not in
Where's
public.
the etiquette?
But not in public. No es parque aquí.
Didn't we just
aquí
say?
Tampoco es
Like,
fiesta.
a couple episodes ago, wasn't that the conversation that they just do it everywhere? They just let it rip?
No, aquí no es fiesta. Aquí no es parque. no pueden estar corriendo.
You need to be studied.
There has to be a certain level of voice, you know? Like, sí, feliz cumpleaños, sí. And everyone's in there like...
But how does that ruin you looking at a book through a glass? That's what I want to know.
No, it's not... It ruins the experience. Step out.
How?
Have enough courtesy to step out because nobody wants to hear your conversation. Get your ass up, walk a couple steps, go outside because there's plenty of room,
Like,
and have your conversation.
if someone were explaining to me about the books, like you had a tour guide or you had like, you know, something, or like, hey, I got to hear this. 'cause they're explaining.
There were people. There were tours.
Were you getting toured?
No, I was just eavesdropping on the tour.
She was
Es que no
speaking
quise
for the
pagar.
people.
That's what you get for being
She was
cheap.
being cheap. She was like,
No.
I'm just gonna keep a nice 10
And that's
foot
why
distance.
that's why you pay
down
for
below.
it.
See, these guys will go against anything, but comment down below. Let us know. Yo siento como que it's just an etiquette thing that, hey, no one wants to listen to your conversation. A mí me vale madre que sea el cumpleaños de fulanito. Get up. And she's literally on the couch because there's little couches in the center of the room.
To the
And
floor.
she's literally on the couch.
But see, but there's annoyances of different things. Like how many times, and I'm gonna use an example. Is Melissa like this, and we're trying to talk to her, you're telling a story, she's like this, and then she'll be like, what? That to me is more annoying than you talking over something. Like when people are like this, and like they're just like
Yeah, but I'm not disrupting anyone from anything.
You're running into people, you're like, oh,
I'm not running into anyone. I've never run into anyone.
You're just ignoring.
Yeah, but
me
I'm
and
only
my
hurting
thoughts.
you.
You don't realize you shoulder checked 5 people.
I don't know. To me, that's just like, hay que tener a little bit of just, ¿dónde estás? Where are you? Look around. Is it appropriate? Is it not? How did I get here? Washing our hands. Oh, because I was smelling the soap. Thank you, Vinny. I really appreciate it. If you have a friend in your life who is thoughtful, who is caring, quizá no te lo dice porque, o sea, tiene como trauma, pero he does it with little actions, like put soap that doesn't make you nauseous in his restroom. I appreciate that, Vin. Thanks.
No problem.
He went to...
Thank you for the backhanded compliment right now. I appreciate that.
No, he went to Bed Bath & Beyond, which, by the way, I've never been there.
No, I went to Bath and Body Works.
What's Bed Bath & Beyond?
Bed Bath and Beyond is for beds and
shopping
bath
for-
and
Is what?
beyond.
Baths and beyond.
I've never been there either.
And Bath and Body is for the bath and the body.
Well, I've never been there either.
I mix them up too, don't worry.
So Vin went and he texts me and says, like, what kind of soap?
Well, the backstory is that I don't know if you guys remember the Stranger Things soap dropped, and I bought it. It didn't say a scent. I just bought all 3 of them just to try them out. And god damn, they are rough.
Potent.
Yeah, if you wanted to just like try them out, I guess buy
Do they
them.
still have
But
them?
I haven't seen them.
Was that good?
I thought they were limited edition. That's why I got them, and they weren't the best. But you know, for me, washing hands is just washing hands. For you, it was a thing. You were scared to wash your hands, so I wanted, you know.
No, it wasn't. It's
I don't
want to
hear you.
I get nauseous. Like even soap, like when you wash your hands, like that soap, the scent will like throw me off. And if I'm driving, I'll get really nauseous. So Vin knew that, and he asked me like, what kind of soap do you use?
So she sent me a whole list of like regular like dial soap shit.
That's the one I use.
And I was like, huh, okay. So
Uncensored from the
Palmolive.
fat of
So
a
I
lamb.
went to Bath and Body, and I actually have this thing where I used to always go in high school just to wash my hands, just to like try different soaps.
Really?
Yeah, I would go in and I'm like, oh, that sink's gonna get cracked right now, and I'm just fucking
They have a sink.
boom. They have a sink, yeah. You could just test them out. So I walked in and I went to one of the girls and I was like, hey, I know this is a dumb question, but do you have one that smells regular? And she was like, regular, and she thought, and she gave me like 5 options. And
She's like, there's Dawn, Palmolive.
so I went. She gave me the 5, and I went to the sink, and I went to work, and I'm just testing out the different
This one
scents,
smells
and
boring.
I was like,
The smells I like are like linen, fresh, like when
Febreze.
you know when you go wash the car, te dicen, güerita, de qué le echo, qué perfume le echo. A lot of you might say, what do you say when you go get a car wash?
Black ice.
Strawberry.
I say the baby powder
That's
or none.
baby powder.
Baby powders.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's baby powder or none. which is like the most regular scent. I cannot take strawberry or cherry or black ice. So Vinny's just so thoughtful, and he got that soap. The other day, it had been swapped. There was a lemon one.
My uncle has a lemon scent. I was gonna say flavor. Well, actually, it does kind of taste like it. I washed my hands once with the lemon one, and then I threw water in my mouth to like rinse out my mouth, and it tasted like lemon. So
Lemonade.
throwing it out there.
Yeah, and then I complained. I was like, "Who bought lemon soap?" I'm sorry. It's just who I am. That's what I think I'm gonna work on for
This year.
Lent.
Oh,
Wednesday.
a side note:
Wednesday.
if you're interested in knowing what the scent is, it's Beautiful Day.
It's a beautiful.
It's called Beautiful Day Bath and Body. Try it out.
Put a pin on the Ash Wednesday episode number 58.
9.
Episode number 59.
If it's
Juju
58, I'll edit that, but I think it's 59.
That's 59.
just got back. How long was the flight?
40 minutes?
Yeah, it's
40 minutes, but then they have us sitting on the fucking runway for 40 minutes.
yeah.
I hate
The
that.
waiting to
No.
leave and come back is longer than the actual flight.
Yeah.
Stop. We are not complaining about anything having to do with airplanes because ahorita we're just happy that you're back, that you're safe, que fuiste y veniste, and if they need time to check the plane to make sure.
We just sat there.
Yeah, but
chilling.
what were the other people outside doing?
Nothing.
They were probably
They were
checking
waiting
propellers.
they were waiting for a gate to open. So this guy hauled ass just to land us there. And then we're like, well, there's nothing open, so we just got to wait here for a few minutes. And I was like, oh, it's not bad. And so we left at 8, landed at 8:40. We didn't deplane until 9:30. We're just chilling there because they were waiting. Nothing was wrong with the planes, thank God. And we're just chilling there.
It's so cold.
And then, man, I got in trouble, and some lady put me on the flight attendant put me on blast over
Karen.
the speakerphone. Because I was looking at my phone and I had just posted something like that, and it wasn't that loud. It was like this. Let me see. Watch. You won't hear it? No. It was like that. And she gets on the thing. She's like, folks, we want to let you know that you can start using your phone again. We're just waiting for a spot to park, but if you could please lower the volume on your phones. So if you have it or if you want to listen to it, put your headphones on. I was like,
That's why
My
he was
bad,
defending
no,
that
no.
lady at the museum
and
so
then
hard.
this girl has the audacity, the flight attendant, she's sitting in the back, and you know what she's listening to? Because everyone heard it. When Conan O'Brien was talking with Adam Sandler, that skit, that everyone heard it. And so it's like she has it on full blast, and you hear the Charlemagne. I was like, hell yeah. She's like, sir, this is Burbank, not Juarez, Mexico. Please turn your stuff down. But yeah, I was like, and I got in trouble. I didn't get in trouble, but she kind of like put me on blast. I was like, lady, I'm right next to you. Just give me a little 8. Tap on the shoulder.
See, there you go, Melissa. Now you know what to do.
To tap people?
Little tap on the shoulder.
You go louder.
But you guys said I was a Karen because I want to say that. Like, hey, señora, vaya a lavarse las manos.
If
she
you're gonna
was
be
a
the
super-
villain, if you're gonna be the villain, be the villain.
Yeah.
I'm not the villain. After watching The Penguin.
Like if I'm watching something and somebody's bugging me, I'm gonna say something. I don't give a fuck. I want to enjoy myself. I get it.
So just say
But
it?
yeah, don't be a coward.
But on the other end, if you were on the phone, you'd be like, hey, shut the fuck up, mind your business.
I wouldn't be on the phone like that. If people are watching something, I'm gonna step out.
What? I just had this whole conversation and you guys
But
were
if-
like,
No,
leave
we
her.
have morals.
No, but
listen,
if I'm at the museum and somebody's talking, if I'm at the market, somebody's talking, that's fine. That's not gonna bug me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to them
Why?
because that's just how I am.
But why? Why wouldn't you do it?
Because I was raised correctly.
Yeah.
But there are times where I've done it. I'm not perfect.
But you pick up the phone and then what do?
I step out.
Which seems like that would be the correct
Yeah,
thing
but
to
not.
do?
But I know not everyone's like that.
That's why you give them a look. So they're told, like they know.
Don't give them a look. Just tell them. We're not mind readers.
You don't think people know? You don't think she knew when
I
I
would
was
have
like
gotten
this?
louder. Like, I wouldn't do it, but if I were doing it and you gave me a look, I'd be like, all right, here we go.
Just like the phone? Why
Yeah.
didn't you put it louder?
Because I know I was in the wrong.
And that lady knew she was in the wrong too.
She didn't know she was in the wrong. How does she know she's in the wrong? That's literally how everyone talks like that.
Inside the... Okay, we're not having this conversation again. You just said you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but that doesn't mean that like everyone else has to be like me.
I just think it's in the airplane, in the museum.
No, in the airplane is different though. In the airplane, we're all in this shit together. If you mess up the whole vibe, like the whole flight's gonna suck. That's
like,
different.
No one could go anywhere.
In a museum,
you're stuck
you
in a
just
tube,
leave.
and you're just like, damn, I gotta.
And you didn't even pay for your tour, so like you could have just left or waited for the person to keep going, and then enjoy it after.
Freeloader.
No, that person was sitting there having a whole ass conversation. I hope your family is doing great and they have a great birthday.
What the fuck? Like, it's like...
Why would you say that?
What do you mean? Because I heard her whole conversation. She was talking to someone celebrating a birthday. That's why I said, I hope everyone's great and they had a good birthday. Why would I say what?
It's not mean.
Oh, no. I feel like I know her.
You didn't offer her no grace. That's crazy.
No. Because it's rude. What were we talking about? So you came back, you went, fuiste viniste.
Yeah.
Vinny, very nice of him to buy me soap. Well, soap for me to use. Lent is around the corner. Ash Wednesday.
When is that?
On Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
Yes.
Huh.
What are you giving up? Are you giving up? Do you do this?
For the vibes, maybe, but like, it's not.
I did it last year. And not to say that I'm a heathen. It's just, I don't know. It's just like...
¿Cuándo fue when I gave up soda? And then Vinny was like... Or no, you were like, are you sure about that? Was that 2 years ago?
Was it? Yeah.
It must have been 2 years ago. Because last year I don't remember.
Were we here last year?
I don't think we gave anything up last year.
I think it was last year. Anyway, so right now we are trying to figure out what...
Can I do alcohol?
Yes.
I mean, I haven't drank since December. But...
I was going to say that.
I drank over the weekend.
I think it's supposed to be something that's challenging.
Alcohol is challenging.
But
it's
if
getting
you
harder.
haven't done it since December, o sea, ya sabes que it's something that you can give up well over 40 days. Is that how much Lent is?
Yes. Yeah, right. 40 days. I don't know. I was thinking 20. It's just like, I don't know. Like what? There's nothing that I could give up that is like, oh my gosh, it's earth shattering.
What about wearing a hat?
What the fuck would I be wearing a hat for? That protects my scalp from like sun cancer. Like that's dumb.
All right, what are you gonna give up?
I don't know. I was thinking like bad words, but then I'm like, no.
Impossible. For her first episode, first episode back, she was like, oh, I'm not gonna cuss as much.
Yeah.
And then I thought coffee and soda. Coffee and Coke. Which are two things that I'm like, that would be challenging for sure. Coffee and Coke. Because I really enjoy my coffee and a nice cold Coke when I'm eating.
What if I give up being nice?
That wouldn't
Just
be...
become a villain. That's hard for me. Not be nice? Or if I start stressing out? Put your phone down. No, I honestly, I don't know.
Maybe like a food, like sweets, soda, or you stop drinking soda already.
I don't eat sweets like that. I don't eat bread like that no more.
Tortillas.
Don't eat tortillas like that no more either.
What are you guys giving up? Comment down below. Are you going to give something up for Ash Wednesday for Lent?
What if we do something for 40 days?
Oh.
Like, what if I read a book for 40 days?
Is that your offering? Isn't it like you're supposed to like offer it like... What is the... Actually, what is the meaning of it? Is it because Diosito
so
was...
I'm reading this right here on
Is it because he was in the desert?
Out.
It says, Lent is the solemn Christian religious observance in the liturgical year commemorating the 40 days Jesus spent fasting in the desert and enduring temptation by Satan, according to the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, before beginning his public ministry.
Lo supe. And the devil came to tempt him and was like, te doy todo. And he was like, no, gracias. Entonces that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fast from something.
From...
Something that you feel would be challenging, like Jesus Christ fasted himself in the desert from food,
So-
I wonder how Jesus would feel about this. I've been watching The Chosen. I mean, you heard about it, right? The Chosen. It's like it's leading up until like pretty much the story of Jesus, but it starts right as he's getting popular, and it leads up to like the Sermon on the Mount and stuff like that. And you're just looking at the guy's like real religious. He's like, he tries to be accurate, but it's just like, damn, like you see the way he's acting in the show, and you're like, man, he's not the way some religious people portray him to be. Like, he's really like a down to earth, like, hey, relax, like, I know it's all right, like, you sinned, it's cool, don't worry about it. Like, not like this, like, it's like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like,
they make him
it
seem
humanizes him.
Yeah, like they make him seem like evil, like you either do it right or you're wrong, or like mean in a sense.
Yeah.
And like God is loving, He is forgiving, you're good. He's like
a jokester.
Juju.
He's a jokester.
Never stresses, just peace and love.
If you guys have a chance to watch The Chosen, it's cool because it really like it opens my eyes up. I think they moved it. I saw it on Hulu, but now they moved it to Amazon Prime, and it's in its 4th season. The 5th one's about to start.
Is it kid friendly?
Doesn't sound like it.
Yes and no.
Is
Like,
it
it's not like it
TV-14?
cusses, but like it doesn't show a lot of like gory things, but it does, like, hey, like it's the Romans treating, the Israelites and treating them.
I don't mean like violence wise. I mean like
Sexual?
yeah,
no,
or
it's about Jesus, so
Pervert.
just saying there was a tit hour or something that my kid can't watch because of the times that it was.
So far I haven't seen a tit.
The show.
Like, damn.
En el show de Dios.
Maybe that's what I'll give up for Lent.
Ay, yo, un aplauso. Un aplauso. Yeah, watching stuff like that.
Oh, no, not watching.
How many people are addicted to porn right now?
Not an addiction. It's just a vibe.
It's a hobby.
Porn addiction affects millions of people in the United States. It can impact mental health, relationships, and quality of life. In one study, 11% of men and 3% of women reported addiction to pornography.
Like, what's addiction really?
Because
Symptoms?
girls could have it whenever they want. Guys, you gotta work for it.
Yeah.
Intolerance to withdraw. That means like addiction. Like if you can't stop doing something, then that would mean you're addicted. Like I am to coffee and Coke.
A cola, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah, una sodita, muchachos, una sodita, por favor. There's even a number that you can call here. That's a great question. How many times? Like what determines?
How did we get here?
By talking about Jesus. We went from the Pope to judging people and hating people to Jesus to porn.
Okay.
These are the worst segues ever, by the way.
Porn addiction symptoms, okay? If you're watching and this is you, don't say anything. Just blink twice and think about it.
Or your child.
Being unable to stop viewing porn, constantly thinking about pornography, needing more extreme content. Like how extreme? Like, what is the level? Like
if you're on page 155 of the browser, you gotta relax.
Why? What's on page 150?
No, because you went through 154 pages of like.
And sometimes you can't rewatch like the old ones. Like once you've seen it once, it's like.
So it's like one page will have like 20 videos. So imagine you see 20 videos, you're like, nope, next page.
Nothing for me.
Next page. So you
Nothing
do that
for me.
154 times, you have a problem.
Yeah, but like I thought like extreme meant like they're doing crazy, insane things.
Yeah,
Too.
they are.
Yeah,
It was a joke. And
but is that like on a different page, or are those like right in the beginning?
It's like when you go to YouTube.
Sorry, I've never been there.
Liar. It's like when you go to YouTube and they have like, you go to browse and there's just,
I mean, if you don't delete your history, it creates an algorithm like anything else.
Mood swings or irritability.
Go ahead, big reader.
Irritability.
I can't say it. I can't say it. Irritability. How you say it?
You were just...
Irritability?
Yeah.
But say it like just together.
Irritability. No, I can't say irritability. Irritability.
Bueno,
Irritability.
te pones de malas when you try to stop. Neglecting work, school, or home responsibilities and relationship problems. Continuing to watch despite negative consequences.
What's that movie where the guy masturbates and he's like,
Oh,
he has a girl the whole time? Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson and Joseph
Don John?
Don, yeah, like that. Don
Some
John.
shit like that, yeah.
And I think
Clever guy. He made that movie and casted her.
Genius.
a lot of people won't like talk about how it definitely does have a negative impact, because maybe you're single and you're like, well, I'm going to watch that. But then when you finally get with someone, it's not the same. So don't you feel like that void, like that?
It's practice.
What do you mean you don't want me to choke you? I say it all the time.
Like, doesn't it feel off a little? I don't know. But maybe that can be something that you give up. You just have to come up with another reason. So when people tell you like, hey, what are you giving up for Lent? You don't tell them porn. Like, just say Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Oh,
lie.
that's your code word?
Lie on this religious holiday about what you're giving up. What's wrong with you,
Imagine
man?
your parents ask you and you tell them, Juju, would you tell them I'm giving up porn?
Why would I give up porn?
Because it's a sacrifice that you're making. Oye, también estaba leyendo that there's this thing going on for you single people called floodlighting. You know how they say gaslighting? It's called floodlighting, where you go out with someone and they just flood you with personal information about themselves, like their trauma, their childhood, things they've been through, and they just basically want to see if you can handle it and handle them.
Maybe that's what I haven't done.
That's actually pretty dope. Give me all your red flags right off the bat so I could just be like, I'm out.
Would you be cool with that? Or would that be a red flag in itself? Like, imagine you're going on a date, you're having matcha and brunch.
I think there's things you
What's wrong with you?
and she just spills
like
out.
starts
everything.
reading your star charts. So just like,
This is why I don't share shit.
But would that be a red flag?
depends on what you're saying.
Yeah, if it's like
there's a such thing as getting too deep too fast. Like, yo, like,
No, but this is what they're doing. They're
But
telling you everything.
it could be a lot because I'm like, at least where I'm at, I'm like, do I want to deal with another rebuild? Like, I'm rebuilding myself, you know? And like, sure, you're working on yourself. That's great. But like, that's a whole other rebuild that we got to deal with. If
things
we're
I'd be
together.
okay with.
I want you to focus on me.
I got to be the problem. You have to save me. That's the exchange, you know? You got to fix me. You can't
least
both be
you're
fucked up.
Es un desmadre.
Yeah.
Juju, are you the savior? You're the savior.
Yeah, I have no traumas.
Yeah.
I've had a pretty good life.
See, like, I want to save, but then
You can't.
whenever
There's no way.
whenever we talk, it's like,
you
no,
will
I
fucking
can't.
continue breaking. Oh, you'll make it worse. Oh.
I'm actually
No, I mean, like, you know, like you need someone to fix you. He's the fixer. Balance.
You need to fix.
So I guess I'm not the thoughtful friend that you said I was.
You are.
No, you're a
thoughtful
great friend.
Yeah, you're
horrible
a great
boyfriend. Great friend. Yeah. I just like. I think you just kind of take it like, if it gets too much too quick, you're like, wait, what? Like, we haven't even ordered our appetizers yet.
I was talking to my friend La Joven, and she said that she's been out on a couple of dates and she's had to pay half every single time that they go out. Vinny, these last dates that you've been on, have you been paying? Or
They're not dates. They're hangouts.
oh, I'm afraid
If
of
it was
the
a
answer.
date,
Loopholes, baby.
she's paying. You asked me. I'm kidding.
Okay. So who paid?
We split it.
As it should.
Do you split the bill, Juju?
With a date? No.
With a hangout?
With friends?
Yes.
Yeah, unless I invite you, like, hey,
If I'm like, hey, let's go grab coffee, I'm paying for the coffee. If it's a mutual conversation, like, yeah, we should go somewhere to hang out, cool.
Or yeah, like there's times where it's like,
it's
hey,
just like
let's go eat out.
casual.
Just like, oh, here, just take the.
But if I'm out with the girl, like on an actual date, yeah, I'm paying for everything.
Yes.
And maybe she'll leave tip if she wants, but I'm not gonna leave any tip.
Yes, but and it hasn't happened to me. But I've seen those horror stories of like where she can't go crazy. Like if we go somewhere to eat and she like and I know they might be fake. It's like they're doing it for the gram or whatever. But like those let me get a meal to go or let me get a meal for my kid. Those are horror stories, and I would never ever pay for a girl.
I do that often.
You tell them to pay for you're married.
No,
you better be paying for your kids.
No. I mean, like we go out to eat, and I order a lot, and I also sometimes take to go because I have to feed the kids or whatever. So I do that a lot. So I don't think it's like a horror story. I think it's reality.
You do that a lot, but like you still pay. Like if we go out to eat, you'll be like, oh, let's order this, because you like to share food. And then he's like, here's the 3 cards, split it evenly. Or you'll be like, hey, can I get this on the side? And you pay yours. But like if I'm dating a girl and she's like, can I get appetizer, entree, dessert, couple drinks, maybe even a few drinks. I'm with that.
It's because you guys are throwing the word dating around.
You're throwing it around.
No, you guys are. Because you're like, a date? We were just hanging out. Like, you guys, there's these loopholes that you guys like to, like,
I hang out with friends
simple.
that are girls.
This girl, if you like her or you're trying to get to know her because you like her, it's different. You and I, we're hanging out, but we're not dating.
I think she created a story that you're trying to date these girls.
I'm not trying to date these girls.
This isn't about him. The story that I started was my friend, La Joven, was telling me that she's been out with guys. Do they determine if it's a date, if they're hanging out, if she's just a friend? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's these loopholes.
It's not a loophole. It's
simple. If they were not trying to be together, they would not be hanging out.
So you don't think people just hang out to hang out?
If you hang out to just hang out, like let's say you and her go out for brunch, mi amiga La Joven.
What she look like?
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, you know her. Entonces, you guys can go out to get food and you guys can swap the bill. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about going out with someone that you see potential in future, and you guys aren't just friends.
And we said we'd pay.
Yeah, we said we'd pay.
Oh, you would pay?
Yes. Yeah.
And you wouldn't be like, let's swap? Let's share the bill?
No.
So that's a date.
If it's a date, we're paying.
If it's a date, I'm paying.
But what
I'm just not leaving tip.
If it's a date? If you guys are friends and just hanging out,
then that's not a date. That's just hanging out with a friend.
Yeah.
But if he's into this girl, like, yeah, I like her, I'm gonna ask her out on a date.
Like, if I'm hanging out with the girl that I've flirted with a lot, then it's kind of like, and I'm paying, it's kind of like unspoken.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everyone I've hung out with has been talking. Yeah, we should have lunch and just like get to know each other more. Mm-hmm. But like, that's what I do with friends.
Yeah. Because she said she's been on a couple of like, I assume they're dates, right? If you're talking to a guy, you guys met. And you guys are looking for
get into a different dating pool. Like, where's she meeting these guys at?
Yeah, going halfies.
But also, maybe they think, maybe they just think it's on some friend shit. And guys aren't the smartest at seeing if there's if there's things like that. Like it's hard to read signs.
You just triggered that. I wanted to post. I was gonna post on Instagram. I'd be like, ladies, if you've been throwing signs at me, I want you to know that I have not read them.
Yes.
Because if I had $1 for every time a girl's like, you know, I used to like you, right? And I'm just like, just tell me. I'm horrible. I'm horrible at reading signs like that. I'm the worst.
I'd be going down my Google Photos sometimes, and a lot of girls that I've hung out with in the past to like, you know, we split bills or whatever. Sometimes they pay for me and shit like that. And I'm like thinking, oh, fuck, they actually liked me. Like, what was I thinking? You know, like, sometimes I want to text them and be like, hey, so did you have a crush on me back then? I just want to know. And a lot of times it's yes.
9 times out of 10, it's like, yes, you idiot. I liked you a lot.
Oh. I literally grinded on you all night. I was like, yeah, but I thought it was like some friend shit. Like, you know,
we're just homies who grinded on each other. Yeah.
If she paid for lunch, most likely she likes you. unless she's a friend. I pay for your lunch.
And it's hard to tell.
No,
No,
it's
not with you. But...
I pay for lunch because I love you, because I like you. I pay for lunch. You pay for my lunch because we love each other. We like each other. If a girl pays for your lunch that is not friends like this, and you're like, oh, she has a boyfriend, or she's married, or she's most likely she likes you. What else? What other sign do you need?
Maybe she just feels bad for me,
if
and I'm like,
she's grinding on you, what else do you need?
But why you gotta throw signals out like I'm Batman, fam? Just tell me. And what's crazy, because
maybe she just feels bad and she thinks I'm poor. Like, oh, like you work in radio. Like, I don't know how much you get paid. Here's a lunch for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, PSA ladies, just tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell them. Tell the guy.
Like, I threw a hint. What fucking hint?
Like, what are you like?
Especially Juju. Like, everyone's nice to him. So it's like, it's hard to decipher everything.
Do you ever?
You like my picture. We're married now.
I actually got told the other day that I was flirting with someone, a family friend. And it was another family friend. And it's like, are you flirting with him? And I'm like, what? My husband's right here. What are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm just a friendly person. Like, I call people babe. I just said I love you. I don't know. I am very touchy with Juju. I like hug him, or I do. Like, I'm but I never see it as flirting. And maybe that's like where you guys get confused, where you don't know if she's being flirty or nice.
Yeah, maybe that too.
Just tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because, man, I don't know. Yeah, because I'm nice to everyone and they're nice back, so I'm not like, oh, she's just being nice.
Yeah. They were like, you noticed that you flirt with him? It was a family friend. And I'm like, what? And they're like, I'm like, I don't flirt with him. My husband's right here. Like, how would I flirt with someone right in front of my husband?
Only a demon would do that.
There's no way.
For 40 days, you should give up flirting.
What is what? I'm not even a flirt.
Oh, I'm not even. Stop. Blushing.
No, I'm not.
Watch her elbows. She's going to graze them.
Stop.
Stop.
No. No, that is so disrespectful, baby. I would never. I don't have it in me. Stop.
Hey, you got Karen.
Famous last, yeah.
I what?
You got Karen.
What do you mean?
Somebody called you out for flirting in
Yeah.
public.
Hey, you heifer.
Yeah, and I was just like, wait, what? And then I also felt like it's based on people's personalities sometimes. Like, not everyone's like me, as outgoing or talkative or just to anyone, you know. And so maybe they're just more like, oh, you're talking to another male.
Yeah.
Like that.
They're probably really reserved.
Yeah, so I thought maybe that's...
Get your traumas out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a talkative guy, so like, yeah, it's happened a lot. We're like, man, you talk to her a lot, huh? You like her? And I'm like, I just talk to talk. If it would have been a guy in there, I'd talk to him. Like, I just want to talk to somebody.
De compas.
But okay.
So just tell Juju.
Just tell me, please.
Yes.
Just, and it's crazy. There's actually a couple girls in the DMs that do tell me, slow down, right?
Wait, so if they tell you, and how do you turn them down?
I say no, kindly. Like
how? What do you say?
Like, I need to respond. I fucking just straight
girl,
ignore.
I had to find her, but she's like, I want you to have my babies, and she's like, get me pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. Like, appreciate it though, champ. Like, I really do appreciate it.
You don't just leave like a little LOL, just like
I'm
in
honored.
case.
And like, there's times where I just ignore it, but it's like sometimes you can't. I mean, I guess you can, but I don't. I'm like, oh, thank you, appreciate it. I'm just like, I'm not looking right now, or like if I'm like, I've hit someone I'm dating someone at the moment. Can I say I'm a heartbreaker? It's two people.
You don't say anything.
The good old ghost, the good old.
Oh, I'm a ghoster. Yeah, everyone knows I'm a ghoster, so I don't. But so I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I fucking do it to myself, and I'll respond like casually fun.
You're feeling it.
If I'm feeling good about myself, I kind of just like lead them on.
Let me put the carrot in front of her a little bit more.
I do it for the sport.
It's awful.
It is awful.
The other day, something happened to me on TikTok Live. So I try to go on TikTok Live every day. Try at 5. And you know how people tell you like where they're from?
Mm-hmm.
Someone said they were from Colorado, from Denver, Colorado. And I said, oh, yo tenía un novio. You know me. I overshare. Maybe that's what I should give up for Lent. I overshare. I say too much. And I said, yo tenía un novio que vivía en Denver, Colorado. Y según yo lo iba a ir a visitar. What a loser. And he was over there all cheating on me, you know? Someone in the chat says, what year? I think that was my brother. I was mortified. When I look at the girl's name, it was his sister. It was his sister. And I felt so embarrassed, but not because of the story. I was just kind of like, I share too much. Yo digo las cosas por hacer plática, you know? Because after that, I was going to go into, when was the last time you got cheated on? Comment down below. Let me know. How did you find out? And I was just like, great. She's going to go call her brother and be like, can you believe Melissa is still talking about it?
Why are you so obsessed
with me? Here's the thing. When you still talk about it, are you over it? Or like, is it offensive to your new partner to like keep having these discussions?
It depends.
Do we get it? Do we understand why Melissa still talks about it?
Yeah, it's for content.
Relatable.
Yeah.
It's for content. When I talk about stuff, it's because I'm over it. If I couldn't talk about it, obviously I'm not over it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if you keep bringing it up over and over again in front of your partner, then it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
But if it's like a content, like you just throw it out there, then it's fine.
These stories my husband's heard before on our first date. Floodlighting, what is it called?
Floodlighting.
But I still talk about them because es chisme. Y así como quiero escuchar tu historia, o sea, te digo la mía, que tengo un chingo. But I was just so mortified. I was like, she's going to call her brother and be like, Melissa was on live and she's still talking about you. Papi, I promise you, lo que pasó, pasó. But I still...
That's bullshit. He's going to be like, damn, and she's talking about me on the podcast?
That bro's gassed up right now. He's like,
I was just mortified because I was like...
What do he look like? Is another fucking...
He was short.
Oh my God.
I think that I learned my lesson. After dating 2 short guys, I was just like, look, the tall cheat, the short cheat. I can't have people embarrassing me like that.
Can't have a short guy cheat on you.
No.
Yeah. Tall guy's like, what are you going to do?
You have somebody to look up to still.
Yeah. Or at least you're like, oh, mira, es alto, guapo, o tenía esto, o viene de familia de acá. And then it kind of makes sense. Pero pobre, chaparro. And then you're like, Melissa, ¿cómo dejaste que te hicieran eso? You know?
Down horrendous.
O sea, me enamoré y me apendejé and, you know. But this is why I share the story with you guys. Para que se levanten, muchachas. Para que vean que, o sea, the short, the skinny, the tall, the gorditos, the money, the poor. O sea, no importa. Los hombres son como son.
Speaking of which,
todos los demás menos el mío.
Did you see that Kim K video that I said?
She looked beautiful.
And did you see the song that she chose?
Smart girl. Smart.
You're with that? With her putting...
It's just a song. It goes with her outfit.
Hell no.
So backstory is...
So Kim K posted a whole Chanel fit, which she did look fire, I'm not going to lie.
Beautiful.
But the song she chose was a Drake song that was Chanel.
And as you know...
Yeah, and as everyone knows or should know, Kanye has a huge issue with that. And it felt like it took me back to my MySpace years.
Like a little
where like if I'm going through something, I'm like changing my song so that everyone who goes there knows like I'm feeling a type of way.
Yeah.
Including the girl I'm talking to.
Yeah.
That's the vibe it gave me.
I actually felt like it was just the like no me importa. You know, we're talking about if she cared, she would have not put that song. She would care what he has to say. Like, she's so over it and far removed from that drama that she's going to put that song there to just show everyone. O sea,
I don't know.
Ya lo superé.
Oh, now you're giving grace. No, she did that for a purpose. She did that to get under Kanye's skin.
Kanye's married.
No, he's not. Did they break up?
No, he's married. walking
good?
red carpets
I
with
should need a
his
cough
wife. Do you need a cough drop?
Yeah.
Juju 3, Melissa 1, Vinny 0.
Carry on.
Kanye's married. He has a whole ass wife.
Baby mamas are always gonna be baby mamas, and that is a fact. It don't matter if you're a billionaire or if you're broke on food stamps. You're gonna be a petty baby mama. She's dressing up. She's trying to get his attention.
What?
Fetty Melissa.
But first off, I had no fucking kid with him. Alabados al Señor. But I disagree. I feel like you think too much of yourself if you think that she's dressed head to toe in Chanel, going to a Vanity Fair event, looking stunning, and she's thinking about her baby daddy that they divorced a long time ago, that he's already married. O sea,
But it's always been a thing. Oh, Bianca looks like Kim. Oh, this and this and that.
but
They're
that's
comparisons.
the people comparing.
And you think that Kim Kardashian doesn't care what the people think?
All the songs in the world. And she used
That one's speaking
that
of
one.
No.
Chanel.
Answer me. Do you think that Kim Kardashian doesn't care what people think?
She doesn't. She looks better. No. Bianca's a beautiful girl. And we talked about her, how stunning she is. We saw her in that sheer dress.
Mm-hmm.
She's
beautiful.
Kanye is happy in his own way. All his tweets and all this other stuff. O sea, he's living his life. He's found the perfect person for him. Que lo deja hacer su desmadre y medio. Why are we still... I don't understand.
She being petty. Doing it for the gram, doing it for the attention.
Had she put...
Why? Because the Kardashians are attention whores.
Had she put Kendrick Lamar, they're not like us, people are going to be like, oh, she's throwing this jab to...
Why would she throw jabs at Drake?
No, she's throwing this jab to Bianca. That they're not like her. That, like, you guys will find a way to manipulate something.
No, I think it's
into
just because it was Drake.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Specifically because it was Drake.
Especially when the whole industry's against them right now still.
And Kanye specifically, like, he had a personal beef because he said...
Because he's crazy.
Kanye said Drake had sex with my wife. Well,
Yeah,
they were married.
And there was that whole song.
And now they're not married, so who cares?
Kim apparently still does.
No, because she posted it, so she doesn't care. Leave her alone.
I was just wondering.
Leave Britney alone. Do you remember?
Sorry.
Who was that?
I mean, attack Melissa's idol.
Who was the guy who said, leave Britney? Do you remember?
I remember the video,
It was
but
MySpace
He wasn't famous,
days.
though, was he? He was just like a...
He became famous
I
after.
forgot, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave Britney. I wonder who it was. We got to post it. I just feel like if you talk about it, dijo Vinny, you're over it. If you can't talk about it, then you're not.
mm-hmm.
What is one thing that you can't talk about?
Why would I bring it up?
Is there
We can't
something
talk
that you
about it
feel
for a
that is
reason.
off limits? I feel like we share a lot.
Uh-huh.
Is there that one thing that you're like, I can't talk about it?
No.
I don't think so. But also, like, if you keep continuously poking at it, I'd be like, all right, dude, chill, like, relax. But I don't know what that is. If that makes any sense.
What do you got? I know you got something.
I think it's easier for someone on the outside looking in to tell you the things that you cannot take. Like, I think you guys know what a trigger would be for me. Like, off the back, you'd be like, oh, no. Don't tell Melissa too much about this because she wouldn't like that. Like, if you think about it, you'd probably be able to figure out, or you already know what are certain things that I
So what do you think are
wouldn't
things?
talk about.
Now I'm interested to know.
No, why would I bring it up?
Because I want to know what you think would be a trigger for me.
I don't think it's a trigger. I think it's just I thought I went black.
Stop panicking.
Juju. I don't think it's a trigger. I think they're just things that we're maybe not ready to like speak to everyone about. And that's okay if you have certain things that you don't want to talk about. But just know that if I'm talking about it on camera, I'm totally okay with it. I can't
Say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that she probably like, I'm not sharing anything anymore. It fucking kills me. The same reason why I let my teacher call me Mel.
Well, you're a coward. You let people walk all over you. Look at the museum.
Because I didn't want people to know like what triggered me or to think that they have an upper hand on me. Like, I think that that's what it is. What is that called? Perception? Like, I don't want people to have a certain perception. What is that?
I think that's it. No, perception.
Yeah. Like
you care what people think about you.
I just hate
Too much.
the idea of that conversation. Yeah. Like, Melissa doesn't like people calling her Mal. Que hueva.
I'm still trying to think what she thinks.
Yeah.
It's going to send me over the edge.
It doesn't
Yeah, it's
matter.
okay.
Say it.
No.
Coward.
Oye, speaking of, we're moving on.
Wimp.
We're moving on. Vinny sent a link about virtual meetings. Do you remember you sent that link? Was it Vinny or Juju? No, it was Vinny.
Virtual meetings. I've been finding things on Thread about how to act, right, on virtual meetings and things like that.
Yeah. Did you guys open up the link?
I mean, I read it, so.
Oh, sometimes I just read the like titles and then I'll send it like a note for myself. That's why I asked if you've read it. So we've been having a bunch of meetings at work. Juju sometimes walks in and he has virtual meetings all the time. A lot of us have been, although we're back to work, we have a lot of virtual meetings ever since COVID. Virtual meetings and washing our hands is something that we all had to learn how to do. And so some of the things that it says on there, like don't turn off your camera.
Mm-hmm. And
Juju.
the presentation.
I turn off the camera all the time. There's not a chance in hell until you talk to me and you need me to say something. Even then, if you need me to say something, I'll be like, do you need to see my facial expressions for this?
So your camera's never on.
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because I'm doing other things. I'm working.
That is also a part of the list.
Dude, I'd be doing extra when it comes to virtual meetings. Like if I have the opportunity to come home, set up my like this camera that we're using. I set up this camera. I have my mic set up. I have the lights on in the back. Like my shit is extra.
And it says that on the list. Like it matters what your background looks like. It matters if you're focused and paying attention.
What matters to who?
Well, to the person holding the meeting.
Well, even for me, like
fuck that person. That shit could be in an email.
But even then, like for me, the way I look at it is like everyone in there is gonna maybe see me, or like they're gonna look, oh, who's in here? And if they see my setup's clean as fuck, then it's gonna have a different perception of me.
I do this. I'd be like,
if I see people like this with the face camera phone, I'm like, oh, you don't give a fuck about anything.
That's me.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what up?
And he's walking on his phone.
And video off.
Mute is important also.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people who don't put mute on the meeting, and those is you hear their conversation, and then the person holding the meeting, oh my God, it kills me.
Or you hear the rustling around or the heavy breathing.
The only time you're ever going to get me to show my face in a meeting, if it's a meeting with me only. Like a couple months ago, I had a meeting with someone like, oh, can we jump on and discuss something? Yeah, got you. Boom, let's jump on. But if it's like 20 of us, I know I'm like, really, I'm the quiet one. I don't ask no questions. I just be there like.
Really? It also says about multitasking, like we think that people don't notice that we're painting our nails, feeding the kid, or on our cell phone. And it's like, you can tell that you're not even into the meeting or paying attention.
If you feel that way, ask yourself, what kind of meetings am I holding that I don't have people's attention?
I don't think it's the content of the meeting. I think it's the fact that you're not there in person. Because had you been in a conference room, you wouldn't be doing all that.
Bro, how many times have we sat down in the back of a meeting and we're just like...
on our phone.
Yeah, like...
Well, it also depends on the meeting sometimes too, though. If it's like for us, like a station-wide meeting and there's like 50 people there, then...
Yeah. I like virtual meetings better, though. I'm glad that we're no longer having in-person meetings because, first off, I have no control over my facial expressions.
That's true. Like, I'm terrible at that.
Like, I cannot hold, like, or figure out like my face, and then it's probably my ADHD also, where I have to be like, make eye contact. Okay, don't make too much eye contact, and then turn around. Don't forget to stop fiddling your foot and sit up straight. And that I'm doodling, and I'm like, wait, what did he say? And there's so much going on in my head during these meetings that
I do think though it is different for a man to be in a meeting than a woman to be in a meeting.
oh.
You know, because for me, I feel more powerful in person, and I could size up the other guys. Especially too when they like try to talk to you in a condescending way. I could show that I'm not phased, because if they're talking to a camera, then they're gonna be themselves. But if I show I'm not phased, then their body language changes. You know. So what's
the
just
difference between women?
I think that women, a lot of times, we're in a male-dominated industry. A lot of times, I guess the way the men talk to women versus how they talk to men are different.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
It's called mansplaining.
Yeah. And even then, like, when we've exchanged meetings and stuff like that, how ours went, a lot of times our experiences are different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and even then, like, seeing how, like, I've heard how my mom handles herself in meetings. I heard how my tia Grace, she's a producer, and she deals in a very heavy dominated field. Like, the way men are towards women is just different.
And it's something that can be as subtle as our arms crossed. Do you see how my arms are crossed right now? Look at Juju's arms. They're crossed the same way. However, Juju can be, most of the time, it's probably taken as, oh, he's just sitting there, he's crossing his arms, he's taking it in. As to me, I am not taking in what they're saying. I'm upset, or
You're good, you're mad. You look
good?
mad.
You look mad. Yeah. And it's like, and I'm listening, but it's
not the arms crossed, it's the face. I'm like this. And
but
like this.
But I have to purposely do this and not have my resting
if I'm
face.
like this too, then be like, oh,
That's
okay,
just
Juju's
Juju's
over it.
face.
No, it's not.
No, you look tired. You look mad.
And this is just my face.
Yeah.
That's cámbialo away.
But I have to change it so people aren't perceiving me a certain way. Why? Because I'm female.
And even then, like, if a woman snaps back at a response, she's being
emotional.
I hate to say it, bitchy. That's how. But if I say it back, then I'm strong.
Yeah, Melissa's being difficult.
I see the differences. A lot of times, even then, like, I try my best to stay quiet in meetings. I let my body language do the work, but.
And even then, when you try to stay quiet, at least for myself, again, I've noticed, like, it's loud. Me being quiet is loud. And because of my facial expressions, because of my body, because even though I'm not telling you anything, I am telling you I completely disagree with you.
Yes.
And sometimes they still perceive it. So I might as well just say what I want to say, because
that's what we're trying to tell you.
We're gonna be the villain, be the fucking villain, you know.
But I'm gonna work on that. Maybe that's gonna be my
Which, by the way, on this list, number 1, don't show up late.
I had to get coffee.
Show up late to a virtual meeting? That's crazy. Like, you just literally click the link.
I know, but
for me,
unless you're Vinny Mac, yes, yeah, Grace to set it up for you.
I know, but sometimes you're not logged into the Zoom. Sometimes you're just getting home.
Yeah, but if they send you the email link, you don't check it just in case in advance, just to see what the process is gonna be.
Yeah.
Like, if they send the link, I'm like, okay, cool. I gotta make sure I have Zoom on or whatever.
Yeah, we get it. You prepare. We know.
Yeah, it's just a word. Like, I get it. Being late to in-person meeting shouldn't happen either, but things happen.
I mean, in person, sometimes I show up late. That's a power move.
When all you gotta do is
what?
It's a power move.
A power move. See, if I did that, that's crazy. Melissa's just so disrespectful.
I'm like, it started, or I'm gonna wait 5 minutes and I'm gonna walk in and make my grand entrance.
I hate him.
You know, my advice to you is you do have to lean into that villain role.
Yeah.
Like the boss lady at work. That's how she is. She comes in and she's gonna express her facial expression like, no, that's stupid. Don't ever talk like that again. Like, and you have to. And it don't matter what. Yeah, of course, men are gonna think what they want to think, but as long as what you want gets done.
I don't want anything. I don't even want to be in this fucking meeting.
Fuck everyone else.
No quiero nada. Déjenme en paz.
Well,
Yeah,
here,
I don't
let me read you the list just
Okay.
so we have it. Number 1, show up late. Number 2, leave your camera off.
Juju.
Number 3, ignore the importance of your background.
I disagree with that because not everybody has a nice background. Not everybody is at
No,
the
but
office.
make sure it's clean.
Pero me vale madre. I hate those people that put the office one, like, you know, the fake one that they offer
the green
in
screen?
Zoom. Yeah, like, I know it's not real. Would you rather have that?
What? It's just cool, fun, virtual stuff.
I would rather be. I think one time I put like the San Francisco Bridge behind me, like.
Dude, during pandemic, I was using the Calle studio back one. Okay, number 4 is forget to mute. Number 5 is wing it. Don't wing it. Preparation is key.
That I agree with. If you're
Yeah.
gonna talk.
If you're gonna talk.
Number 6, disregard wardrobe and hygiene.
Through the camera?
Yeah, like comb your hair.
Pa nadie me va a ver, nadie me va a oler.
That's why you can keep your camera on. Don't wear like a shirt with a mancha. You should be staring at the mancha the whole time.
Your baby hair's all fuzzied out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Number 7, talk
Like the
talk
already-
over everyone. Don't talk over everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody messed up on a number because they put number 5 again. But number 8, multitask like a pro, or so you think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do too much at once.
One time we were doing the rosary on Zoom because my mother-in-law does a monthly rosary, and I was doing my makeup. And I forgot to turn off the camera, and my husband texted me. He called me, but I was on the phone on the rosary. I ignored it. And then he sent me a text message, you know, como salen de arriba, turn off your camera. I can see you putting on mascara. I'm like, Padre Nuestro. Oh, shit. I didn't think it was a big deal. Peor es no llegar al rosario.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just turn your camera off, and you avoid so many problems by just. turning your
Peor
camera off.
es no ir a
It's
rezar.
called etiquette.
They're mad at
The
me.
way you started your show.
I know, but I didn't have time.
Tisk.
Anyway.
Like, you know, women are like praying and shit like that, and they have to the corner of their eye of you just like being so whatever about it. No disrespectful if you ask me.
Not just to the woman. That's disrespectful to God.
It's like chewing gum in church, wearing a hat.
Oh, we went to the cathedral? Is that the cathedral in LA? The big one?
Yes.
I went
Sure.
yesterday. I had never seen so many fashionable people in one church.
Oh,
Fashion
the
inspo.
who's are there.
The what?
The who's are always there.
¿Qué cosa es esa?
Like the who's of people. People that really matter. It's like talking to a fucking.
Everyone
swear to
matters.
God.
I'm just
Fucking
kidding.
damn
See,
it.
etiquette.
God.
Gosh.
Gosh.
Fucking came back
Huh?
spicy.
Huh? The what?
I don't
What
know
did you
what
say?
you mean.
And what did he say?
I don't understand what you're saying, and for you to say it 3 more times doesn't make me understand it. Explícalo.
Remember that when you're yelling at your son. Remember that shit.
Like, you gotta explain to the who's. Okay, who's that? The who's. I don't know. The who's.
Why'd you give me an accent like that, man?
That's fucked up. That's almost racist.
Yeah.
The who's.
All right, number 9. The last of the list, share tiny unreadable text. So when you share your screen, spreadsheets, whatever.
That's like when you're holding the meeting.
Yeah, or if they're like, oh, show us what you're talking about. And then you show
I'm
something.
gonna be like, no. Don't think I will.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's the list.
Love that.
There's a lot to take in consideration.
Meetings via Zoom. Make sure you have proper etiquette. I think this whole show has been about etiquette. And if you witness someone not having it, let them know. Just tell them to their face, or
That's
give
what you
them a little look.
Yeah. So my weekend, since you guys talked about yours, just kidding.
She just got off a plane too.
Virtual plane. So I went to see the Hace Nunez concert.
How was that?
It was good. I was actually impressed by the kid. He had a whole like hour plus of music to do at the Novo. But he brought out Peso Pluma, and holy shit, It was my first time seeing Peso Pluma in person. The energy that guy has is just different. Like, the concert was good, but then when he came out, it just went, like, over the top. But he looked different. Yeah, the blonde hair. Did he always have blonde hair?
No, I think he recently dyed it.
Yeah, he just
Okay. I thought it was like a look-alike or something at first. I was so confused. But he looked way different. But
Did he sing?
yeah, he did 3 songs.
Oh, okay.
Any of his or just songs with the
That was the ones that are, I guess, they're best friends. I had no idea.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's his first time doing a U.S. tour, and Peso Pluma was back there.
I was gonna bring him up for Rolling Loud. I know it now.
Oh, that'll be sick.
Rolling Loud's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but no,
Is it true that Peso Pluma lives in the area?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I heard that he lives either in the OC or like LA area, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Wait, he doesn't live in Mexico?
I don't think so.
Not no more?
I mean, when you're got that kind of money, you can live wherever you want in reality.
You probably do.
Yeah.
You go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, I think after going to the concert, seeing Peso Pluma, right, everything, I definitely left that concert and actually just the weekend feeling extremely inspired to level up. Especially after the award season. I guess Oscars were like the last of the major awards
Yes.
coming to an end, right? So award season is, I don't want to say officially over because they still have like the Tonys and other ones like that.
We still got WrestleMania, so.
But no, man, just seeing all the awards and everything like that, just like I left inspired. I honestly didn't do anything Saturday, and yesterday I left for a little bit, but for the most part, like I spent my whole weekend like locked in on my computer and learning about producing. I don't know if you guys saw the video I sent. The most monotone man on YouTube explaining Ableton, and which is a producing program, explaining how to use it. So it's like I'm starting from scratch all over again in terms of producing.
Nice.
And when you mean
Congrats.
producing, what do you mean? Like making music?
Yes. A lot of the things I want to do, I feel like I don't want to stick to just music though. Like seeing the awards and seeing all the awards they gave out, there were like different types of awards, right? Like editing was one of them, and it was one of the major ones. You know, the cinematography stuff, the sound, a lot of like the original scores, like movie shit. Like that sounds dope to me, and I feel like that's something I could probably tap into, especially like as a movie lover. You know, what are ways you could find your, you know, use your passion to get into that.
Right.
So I think I just want to learn how to use production to do anything. You know, like creating our intro. Like maybe I could create an intro for a big show
Oscars.
or for the Oscars or something. But yeah,
That's awesome.
because like music is dope. Music industry, I love it. But I feel like there could be more. You know.
Yeah. And I think it's a lost art, like creating stuff like that. Like people just kind of like whatever now. So to actually do it, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, and I think it's because a big part of it though has to be with because I invested in like my setup. I don't know if you guys seen the before and after. I'll probably post a picture of my before and after of my setup here. But shit, it was like 5 years in the making to do all that. Especially when you start. I mean, think about where you were 5 years ago. We're in 2025, right? 2020, and we're about to hit into that pandemic. Like for me, it's a great way to see how far I've come or the investment you made in yourself. Like, do you guys feel like you're better than you were 5 years?
100%.
Or even like
1,000%.
even the investments you made, you know, whether
Yeah.
it's equipment or
That's important to look back and to like appreciate your growth and then see what you've been doing. I think for a lot of us, maybe we're Vinny actually sent me a meme that said like sometimes you don't see your growth because you always keep raising the bar. Entonces, if you, like Vinny, just take a moment and look back and you're like, oh, 5 years ago, what was I doing? Or what did I want? What did I have? What did my videos, what did my company, what did my cakes, what did my haircuts, whatever it is that you're doing, what did that look like? How did I feel? And then as to how do you feel now?
even like the living situation. just the way you care about your daily life. Like 5 years ago, I was living with my parents in a small 2-bedroom apartment, and it was 5 of us, and I was sharing a room with my brother, and I was like trying to figure out, okay, I'm about to lose everything because of this pandemic. What could I do to not like lose myself into it, you know? So I learned about video gaming. I learned about Twitch. I learned about cameras. I learned about sound. I learned about, I don't know, all kinds of just digital aspects of things. And here we are now doing all this, you know? But I think the thing about award season, the reason why I really like it is because it is a good way to like look back in the year. And then for me, it's like, okay, now I got work to do. Like maybe there's a way I could get there next year or in 2 years. But like now that the award season's over, it's like, okay, the time starts now. What can we do now to next year to get on that stage or on that TV? Mm-hmm. Just get invited or just get looked at.
What award would you give Vinny? No. The Best Producer Award.
Hey, Best Ghost.
No, I think it's a good way to look at things. And it's funny because I find that we do that a lot. Even when I do like my award reviews, like my fashion reviews and stuff like that, like I somehow tie it into how it inspires me or what does it push me to. And I think that's important, you know, to feel inspired or to see how, oh, this makes you want to be better or do something different or change something. So I think that's a big deal.
Yeah. And fingers crossed though that Wicked 2, the second Wicked, actually wins awards. Academy.
I read something that they said that they didn't win anything allegedly because it's not finished. So they're like, because there's a part 2, they can't give it an award for its totality.
Oh no, that's. Did you see the intro of the Oscars?
No.
It was the Wicked girls singing.
Oh, I saw the girls.
They saw the whole intro.
I cried.
That was beautiful.
I cried like a baby. I was so emotional because it just means so much more to me than what that is. Like her singing somewhere over. Like I'm crying because I'm like, yes, girl, yes.
And she didn't get an award. She got swept the whole award season.
Yeah, shout out to Nora. You know, watch that movie.
Oh, yeah.
5 awards, including all the big ones.
And they're independent. The guy kept saying he's independent.
Yeah. I think all the major movies that won were independent movies.
Which shout out to independent movies. I think that's also what added to the inspiration. Like, okay, you don't need a big backing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is also on my bucket list. I do want to shoot a short film.
Oh.
I want to learn about that. So.
Nice.
And you have people to help you. And even if you didn't, you can reach out and figure your way out. Also, don't feel bad for reaching out. Like, I think we've said it in the past, like where that's something you need to work on. But people reach out to Vinny all the time, and people that maybe he's looked up to or people that he would never think of ask him questions about editing and stuff like that. And it doesn't make you less. If anything, it makes you bigger. Better to ask someone how to do something. But I feel like that's also maybe, I don't know if that's a guy thing. Maybe you'll help me. But a lot of times us girls struggle with that because sometimes I feel like girls are more unwilling to share.
I think to share is one thing, but I think reaching out in general is just hard for, maybe it's a Latino thing. Mm-hmm. Like I've even seen my parents, they like never ask for anything. And even then when people have reached out to me and be like, hey, help me out, blah, blah, let me know what I could do for you. I don't think I've ever called for that response back.
Lo hacen.
No.
Los gringos lo hacen. They do it all the time, right? Like even, I donated these computers to my kid's school, and then they use that same hookup for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like it's not so, I don't want to say it's a racing. It's just like a situation thing. Like I think a lot of people who come from a lower economic background think they have to do it by themselves. Mm-hmm. Whereas people with money, oh yeah, hey, oh you need this, yeah, people with money ask for more free shit than people without money.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Like, yeah, like you think like all the billionaires who ask for favors or like, oh, I need this and this and like, yeah. So, whereas in like, I maybe could because we're struggling or from the mud or wherever you want to say it,
Proud.
and we're too proud to like, no, I don't want no one, because I've said this before, I don't want no one to say they had a hand in my success and make me feel like I owe them something for it, which is not true because a lot of people had a hand in my success and I owe a lot of people a lot of gratitude and favors for everything they've done for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think like that whole asking and we really got to figure it out, guys. And it's like God doesn't feed closed mouths. Yeah, the other day I got a message from someone asking me something. They said, "Hey, if you ever get this, let me know." And for a second I was just like, that's a big ask. That's a big, you're asking for something big. And then within a couple of days, I got the opportunity to give that person their ask. Yeah. Had that person not asked me, I wouldn't have even I wouldn't have done it. And I did it. And it wasn't like, but I did even to myself say like, "Yesta?" The audacity to ask me.
I'm actually learning to do that too. Because like there's people at work even who ask for tickets and you're just like, damn, these fools ask for every single ticket that comes out. And I mean, of course, if they could oblige, they'll get the tickets. It's like, but here we are like too scared or too like, no, I want to be respectful. It's like, yeah, the worst thing that happens is like, oh no, I don't have those tickets. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But that also leads into one of my last points is that for people who have smaller followings and things like that, don't let your content go to waste or don't think that your content isn't being shown by everyone, because for me, I have a pretty small following compared to a lot of people that I know, especially Melissa and just people in general. But I've realized over the past couple of months, especially this past week, that people are always going to pay attention. And even though I don't have the likes or the views that I think the people who have paid attention are very important people. And it's kind of like a resume of what you're doing. So don't stop doing it to my small creators. People pay attention more than you think. And a lot of times they go back and reference your shit to try to make their shit better. You know? So
keep creating, keep learning, keep trying, keep asking.
But yeah, definitely feeling inspired. Shout out to award season.
Where do you think we're going to be at in a year?
In 1 year?
Yeah.
Shit.
I also read this thing that said like if in 5 years your life was completely the same as it is right now, would you be okay with it? And if the answer was yes, then great, you're doing fantastic. If the answer is no, then you got work to do. Entonces, yeah, like I'm like,
we got work to do.
We got work to do.
I'm tired of setting shit up and editing. We need help.
We need help.
Yeah.
Come on down. Let us know. Do you want an intern? Just kidding.
I'm paying you with experience here.
It's good promo, bro.
We love you guys. Or Chuchu, you left. How was your trip?
Oh, it was great, man. San Francisco.
Well, would you
hate their sports teams, but I love the city.
You walked around San Francisco wearing that hat?
Thank God. I remember I went once and there was during the baseball season, and it was my first time seeing so much orange and black.
Did they serve you
Disgusted.
at places?
Yeah.
¿No te sacaron a patadas?
I have this great ability to show that I am 6'2", over 300 pounds. So people don't kind of treat me the way they treat other people. Like I'm sure there's people that wanted to talk shit, but they can't. And little do they know, I'm horrible. I'm a horrible fighter. No, it's just like, but I mean, like, and there were some people like, oh, like, you got the looks. As soon as I got off, there were some looks. Some people walking by with their gear. Then, especially at the airport, at the terminal, I was walking by. And they have this whole entire. It's called the San Francisco Jazz Clubhouse. It's like a restaurant, and it has like a trophy. And I did a little video. I was like, oh, how old is this trophy? And I was just, I troll, but for the most part, there's actually a lot of Dodger fans out there. And this is not in season. This is just like Dodger fans that live in San Francisco. So It wasn't crazy, and it never really is. Like, I think if someone were to try to get too crazy over sports, I'm not gonna engage in that. Like, I'll talk shit and have fun with it, but once they get like, oh yeah, but what? It's like, all right, dude, relax. Like, you don't play for the team, pal. I even went to the stadium. We walked by and like we took pictures because my medic, he's a really big Giants fan. So I was like, yeah, let's walk to Oracle Park and take pictures with the statues and look at their Wall of Fame and stuff like that. It was fun. San Francisco is a great city. We walked a lot. The hills are crazy. I walked up one steep hill. I'm still sore from that. But the food is amazing. Great vibes. I went to host a club, the Grand, out there with Medic. And it was cool. It was, cool vibes and stuff like vibes. It's cool vibes.
Fucking accent. Maybe she wasn't making it up.
The go-to-goes? The go-to-goes?
The what?
Is that what you said? The go-to-goes? That's where the go-to-goes go.
The who's? What the fuck's wrong with you?
The what?
What the fuck?
This is the thing. I know I flub up every now and then. And I said this about Medic too, but I could always count on Melissa doing something dumber to take the attention off of me. So, the go-to-goes?
The go-to-goes? The go-to-what?
The go-to-goes. Anyways, San Francisco is great. It's, I can't wait to go back. It was kind of cold, but great place. Clean. Like, clean. Like, there was a section that was kind of like their Skid Row, but for the most part, every night there's someone sweeping, there's someone washing, there's a street sweeping. Like, downtown San Francisco is very, very clean. And I was like, oh, like.
Well, it's because they don't have the whole world going there. If anything, they all come down here. And then people get stuck here in Skid Row.
That's true.
Just what happens.
Well, I mean, everyone chases the good weather, so.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Went to Oakland, tried the worst Mexican food ever. This is actually, we posted it. Me and Medic posted it on YouTube.
You posted the worst Mexican food ever?
And this is the first time I've ever posted a negative review.
Do you feel bad doing that? Like
Absolutely.
how that can affect the business owner if they're struggling? Or is that constructive criticism?
We were torn with it. Because like, and but we're like, who are we? But like, I was like, dude, imagine this shit goes viral. But at the same time, it's like, I just think that Mexican restaurant wasn't for us.
Mexicans?
Yes. It was for the white people and people that aren't Latino or expecting that. And I think that was a telltale sign that I completely missed because we were hungry, wanted to eat something. We get there. It's a white guy taking our order, a white guy at the bar, nothing but white people around. And we're just like, we didn't see it.
So then do you think you criticize with your Mexican taste buds?
Yes. So I like, because it was on Yelp, it was rated the #1 taco spot in Oakland. So we're like, oh, well, hell yeah, let's go try it. And
Es que nosotros los mexicanos no usamos Yelp, Juju.
You should watch the YouTube video. I said the same thing.
She doesn't pay attention to you.
Yeah, that's okay.
who's?
But so like,
The
the food was just like unseasoned. It was horrible. It was like, ugh. And maybe you know about the queso Oaxaca. What's the texture when you cook it? Melty, right? Like stringy, melty. They made a queso fundido because that shit looked like Jello. It was like jiggly. And I was just like, yeah, it was just bad. And so we did a review and we posted it.
If you don't like a restaurant, do you say you don't like it? Do you leave negative reviews or do you just not go back?
If the experience was good, but the food was bad, I probably won't talk about it. But if the experience was bad and the food was bad, I'm talking shit.
Are you?
Yeah.
Like that's someone's livelihood.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. But if they're good people and they were like genuinely trying to be
But
nice,
what if it's like their
and the food's not good, it's
employees?
like, well, be careful who you
Who
hire.
was it
Pay
the
attention.
last time that you guys went to one of our favorite places, and it's maybe not our favorite places, but it's right up the street from work.
That's me. And I didn't say nothing that day. Because why? Because 9 times or maybe even 8 times out of 10, it's gonna be good. It's
I
gonna
think
be
I'm
a solid.
gonna go eat there today.
It's a solid, it's a solid meal. But that one time we went, it was just like, oh, this is horrendous. But I didn't say nothing. I even ate it like a champ.
Oh, really quick before we go, I have a question. If you were to get surgery, right? Because now men also get surgery, weight loss, abs, what else? Hairline, nose job.
job.
The who's. Do you feel that you would have to disclose it, or people have the right to talk about it? Like, people are going to see the difference. Would you talk about it? Yesterday when I was at the museum, vi una muchacha and she was wearing her girdle and it was just like out in the open. And I wanted to tell her like, oh, how'd it go? Porque pues yo sé, güey. O sea, ¿qué me vas a contar a mí? And so I wanted to do like small talk because she's wearing her girdle like out there. And it's the one that's like holding them together. O sea, que se las acaba de hacer las comadres. Or she got she got arm lipo. ¿Sí? Which is something that I've been wanting to do. So I just wanted to do like small talk. But then at the same time, I'm like, not everybody is open about their surgery journey. Should you be? Like at this point, it's 2025. Like, la gente no es mensa. Your ass looks bigger. Your lips look swollen. I see that you
lost
can't
200 pounds in a month.
Yeah, I see that you can't crinkle your forehead anymore. Amiga, o sea, te hiciste Botox.
What do you mean I did Botox? I don't know what you're talking about.
¿Te dolió? ¿Con quién fuiste? O sea, like, these are things, or is it maybe just me that I'm too open and it's like,
no,
who cares?
I think anyone that doesn't like to share that, even though they did it, is more of a, what's like a self-conscious thing, maybe, I think. That's what I'm trying to look for. Like,
or maybe just a private person?
But no, but like, if you're a private person, you don't do, I don't know. It's just, yeah, because like,
it's muddy. And I don't think those conversations, though, should be in a public setting or like out there.
Or
like,
with someone you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad you didn't tell her nothing. Like, bitch, who are you? Like, to tell me something.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, like.
Oh, don't worry, I did it too. Like, I don't know.
Like,
that doesn't make it better.
That hairline's looking mighty new there, bud. Like, but yeah, like if I think.
And then the worst part is when they do it and you ask them, or you're like, and they're like, what? I didn't get. It's obviously not real. Like, you know?
Good sir, the hair on the back of your head is missing and it's in the front now. That's not natural.
Or some girlies, you know, they get their butt done or their hips. And I think I get it. I see where it's like muddy. I maybe some girls sometimes they ask to hate. I ask to know.
It's not proper etiquette to ask those.
Yeah. If I see a guy with new calves, I'm like, hey, dog, what's going on here, bud?
You're gonna.
I'm like, what's like, yeah. Because I like, if I've known you your whole life and you've had chicken legs and all of a sudden you come back with these fucking 20-inch pythons and you're just like.
So, si una muchacha en el trabajo se hizo las nalgas, all of a sudden she's nalgona, it's free. It's okay to ask. Hey, wait, what happened?
A guy to ask a girl about anything with her body, no. But a girl to ask a girl, fuck yeah. It depends who you're asking, though.
The girlies at work.
Sometimes it's because girls have developed this reputation to ask for hating reasons. Not like you who ask, I just want to know. But girls ask to
talk
hate,
shit. Yeah.
To talk shit. Where guys will be like, hey, dude, what's up, dog? You looking good, bro? You got some new calves? Or like, it's just like, it's not as important. But yeah, like, so like, if some girls asking like, so like, she's asking to hate, so she'll be like a denial or
the vibe.
Flash. Yeah.
The vibe matters.
The energy.
Sí, güey, yo quiero saber. Yo a la muchacha, I wanted to go ask her because I'm like, I've been wanting to get arm lipo. So either that girdle was, because I know, for the arms or the boobies. And I was just like, so did it hurt? Where'd you go? I see you're here at the museum, so you can
Get
walk.
off your phone.
Oh, maybe that's she wanted her to hang up.
Actually, the girl who was on the phone had a big old booty. And I was like, she got that in TJ or in Mexico. Yeah, booties done in the U.S. and booties done in Mexico are different.
What about the DR? What's the level? So obviously U.S. is top tier?
I think, no. I don't mean by quality. I mean quantity.
Oh, but what about quality? Like, where are the best butts made?
I'm not. I've seen.
Coward.
No, I've seen good ones. Allá, acá. It depends on what you like. You know, it's all. I can be like, ay, the best ones are here in the U.S. si te gustan chiquitas. Pero si te gustan bien hechas, like curvy, pues a lo mejor in the DR or Colombia or in Mexico. But what I'm saying is quantity, porque aquí they follow the rules. And even then, como que lo hacen como con, like, you know, cuando te estás sirviendo un plato, and you're like, poquito aquí, poquito acá.
Also, there's like Chipotle over here.
Ándale.
And then over there, it's like fucking some mom and pop.
Just fucking, you know, when you walk into the mom and pop places and you're like, échale chow mein, y te echan un...
Panda Express versus like a...
Like that.
Hong Kong Express.
Yes. Yes, exactly like that. And it just depends on what you like. But you can tell the girlies who, you know, acá, you're like, I paid for this? Échale más, güey. And then over there, they're like, and then here, I think they'll be like, oh, we can't do this, this, and this, and this at the same time. Here. For whatever reason, they'll be like, oh, it's not safe or whatever. Y allá en México, todo de un chingazo. Métase, mija, si quieres hasta te quitamos la muela que tienes ahí que se te está pudriendo. Like, they go for it, dude.
So get surgery in Mexico. Got it.
Or in
The DR.
DR or in...
I'm trying to think. Like, I think DR and Mexico and the U.S. are the places to go.
Oh, right now in the U.S. también they're putting you to sleep and they're tatting you up. Peso Pluma, right? We saw in his like documentary thing where they put him to sleep and they tatted him up. Vinny is the king of It Doesn't Count, just like the audiobooks.
You said that.
Counts.
Just like the audiobooks, he feels like you're cheating. Vinny, do you feel like getting tatted under anesthesia counts?
No, you got tatted. Yeah, the tattoo.
I know, but does it count?
Whether you're awake or asleep, don't matter. You got a tattoo.
Okay, so it does count. Juju?
It doesn't count. A tattoo is like a rite of passage. Like, it's like something, especially having a lot of Samoan friends, you know what tribal tattoos mean to a lot of people. So, like, when you get it, it's like, yeah, you got to earn it. Like, you got to suck up the pain. Yeah. Like, it's just, to me, it's on the same level of, you know, someone getting their body enhanced. Like, oh, you don't want to earn it. Which is fine, I guess. But to me, it doesn't count.
Fraud.
I can't make these grow.
I heard chia seeds does a trick.
Like,
No, I mean, but like a girl who gets like butt implants or a guy who gets calf implants or the abs, like, fam, it's not the same. Which, hey, do you? Who am I to judge? You know, you're gonna do whatever you want regardless. But in my humble opinion, it doesn't count.
I think it's silly because you say like having a baby. Oh, if you get medicine to not feel the pain, oh, it doesn't count.
But that's a baby ripping your vagina.
And this is
ripping your skin,
your
dude.
skin getting. Like, why suffer if now there are ways to not suffer? It's like getting your arm broke and they're going to put medicine to cast you up. No. Don't give me medicine. I want to suffer. I want to feel it. Why?
Yeah. Right, you earn it.
I want to go fucking hunt down my chicken and
I
scalp it and cook it from scratch. No, just Uber Eats.
Nothing more organic than your own chicken.
Just Uber Eats it.
No, it's dumb. I think it's dumb. It's dumb.
Do you have tattoos?
Whatever. No, I don't. Why? Because that shit hurts.
It's very painful.
You know, but like, how do you feel now that you got it?
Like a pendeja. Like, that was so painful.
Well, no one told you to get the Hello Kitty on the back. Like,
I walked in there and I was like, where does it hurt the most? Rah!
So if you could go back and go put yourself to sleep, would you do it?
I feel, yeah. Yeah, I have other fears of getting put down to sleep. But if I didn't have
old
those...
yeller.
Pinche lassie. But if I didn't have those fears, I think I would do a lot of things. I would just...
Oh, we have a meeting?
Yeah, like there's a lot of things that I want to enhance.
Ooh, that's like...
And do?
That's like that show, Severance. Have you guys watched Severance yet?
No.
Great show on Apple TV. I hate doing free promo, but great movie, that show. So the backstory is pretty much it's about a guy who knowingly gets this surgery in his brain called the Severance surgery. And it's pretty much he crosses like a threshold, like going down an elevator, there's a threshold. He goes into work and his brain forgets about everything outside and goes into work mode. And he only knows his work life. He doesn't know anything about his spouses. He doesn't know anything about parents, no family. He just knows work. And then when he comes out of the elevator, when he clocks out, he goes back to his normal life. And his normal life doesn't remember anything from work. So in his head, it's like he goes on the elevator and comes back up in a blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm.
But his work person just knows he went into work, went back up, and then in a blink of an eye, he's back at work. So it's like he's able to divide all that.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't get to experience the like issues of work or the experience,
like
the
you
issues
show
of
up, put in work, but you're like blacked out doing
Yeah.
it.
It's a crazy concept.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people do that in their daily lives. Like a lot of people get to clock out.
Melissa's like, you mean a Monday?
No, I feel like we take work with us home a lot because it's intertwined with our being. But a lot of people have the luxury of leaving work and leaving it at work.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't do work at home. They ya se van, and then their home life during the weekends, they don't have to do any extra.
They're called Gen Zers.
Anyway, if I could get put to sleep, I would you?
But it's the same kind of thing. Yeah. What's the fuck? If it's there, no, give me that shit.
When he comes in all tatted.
And give me surgery while I'm at. I'm going to Mexico, do all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah. I'm down.
A tat, lipo, dentures put in.
But that came up though
hairline?
because in the show it's some ladies doing it during a pregnancy, so she doesn't remember her pregnancy. So she got pregnant, goes into
She doesn't want to remember?
she didn't want to deal with the whole pregnancy, like everything that comes with it.
So in the show,
The show, like the girl is
pregnancy
pregnant.
was like that. Like she just went down, came back up, and there was a baby.
Oh, wow. Put me down.
Again with the put her down.
Sign me up.
Great show, by the way. I highly suggest it. But
All right, go check it out when you're not watching. Pa la Calle. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you would get
Yes.
tatted while you're sleeping like a baby.
cool. That's it.
Just let me know.
All right.